The Joe Rogan Experience.
Like, I'm not even looking forward to, I'm not even trying too much right now to like actually build a house and be like, this is how I want my kitchen or living room. Not even worried about it. The living compartment is on the upstairs. I'm worried about the downstairs because that's gonna be like my shop. I used to paint cars, and I want to do that in my free time again.
What kind of painting?
Like, I was still very much like
artistic painting, you mean?
No, like, paint the cars, like
right.
Paint them blue, paint them red, like,
just painting cars.
Yeah,
any color.
Detailing them afterwards.
Okay.
I always wanted to paint candy, but you need a lot of experience. A lot of people don't know when you're painting candy, you can't just do the quarter panel and then move to the door. You got to do like the whole.
What do you mean by candy?
Like, candy paint, like real glittery, real pretty ass.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Come on, man, you're in Texas now. You got to learn about candy paint. I didn't know it was
called I didn't know that was what it was called.
Yeah, you ever go to a car show and maybe one car just fucking pops has way more flake in it. Like, it's candy paint, but it's tough to paint. You gotta be a skilled, like, experienced painter, because you can't just fucking. You always got to be careful how you adjust your gun, right? You don't want your pattern too wide, too narrow.
Are you super serious about this shit?
Oh yeah, man. Painting, I thought that was my thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'd get so discouraged at open mics. I'd be like, let me stick to painting. Let me just stick to painting.
Wow.
But it's fucking dope, man. And my uncle's like, in my opinion, he's like a grandmaster painter. He's been painting for years. He learned. So my dad had a body shop when I was a kid, very small. Now, back in these days, my dad was involved in, less than legal business. So this body shop was a front, technically. You know what I mean? But, I mean, they got business and they got good. And my dad hired this painter named Alfred. May he rest in peace. Alfred, fucking badass painter, crazy old guy. He used to know how to break dance. This shit was badass. Alfred taught my uncle how to paint, my uncle Jose. And my uncle was young. My uncle was kind of like a knucklehead at one point. Involved in, like, as a teenager, he was involved in like fucking gang shit, some drug deals, whatever. But my uncle had a kid very young and like snapped out of it quick. Just wanted to be like a respectable man, just do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's still that guy to this day. My uncle's been working the body shop since he was like, I might be getting the age wrong, maybe he's like 20. Right now he's in his like late 30s, mid 30s. And he's still like the guy who goes into the shop at 8 a.m., will stay there till fucking midnight if he has to, but he puts food on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he learned from this dude, Alfred. Fucking badass knowledge on painting. My uncle would teach it to me. When I was a teenager, my dad also had a car wash. I would go work in the summer sometimes. And I'd get so mad at the car wash. Like, I hated it. I'm like, bro, anybody can just fucking rinse the car off, put the soap, like... There was next door, like across the street from the body shop. So after work, we would go hang out at the body shop with everybody. I would tell my uncle, because I don't know if my dad was going to take me serious or not. I'd be like, can you teach me how to paint? I was like, I don't want to work over there. I was like, don't even pay me if you don't want. Just teach me how to paint. Have me over here. Like, I want to sand the cars. I want to fucking do real shit,
Yeah.
So he'd teach me every now and then. As I got older, I'd spend a couple weekends over there at the body shop with my uncle, whatever. After high school... While my dad was already locked up or whatever, my uncle, I guess, to like check on me, make sure I wasn't like getting sad or some shit, he would just call me, kind of would give me a choice. He'd just be like, hey, I need help. Like, come help me out with her. I was like, all right. And, I started getting good. I went to paint school for a while to get like certified. Those guys hooked me up with a job like at a better shop. My uncle, I would also cut hair. So my uncle would always be like, man, just be a barber. Like, you don't want to be in a fucking shop, sweating your ass off, breaking your back. Like, do something where you're going to be in the AC. You know what I mean? Like, work smarter, not harder. But I eventually did that. But at the time, I'm like, I want to fucking learn this, Like,
yeah.
let me do this. So I went and worked at a body shop. And I worked at one where this painter, man, I hate not to talk down on another man, but that guy wasn't worth the fuck. He was a cool painter, but he didn't care. So I was the paint prepper.
What do you mean he didn't care?
Like, he wasn't in there to do good work. He was in there to just get his paycheck. And he wasn't even, like, there a lot of the time, man. Like, there's a lot of preparation that goes into painting a car. A lot of sanding. So you got to fucking sand and sand and sand and make sure you sand this. And then you got to clean it this way and make sure there's no, like, type of chemicals in the air. Like, you can't keep, like Armor All or anything they use for detail car. You can't have that in the same room you're painting in. You get a chemical reaction and your paint job will look like shit.
Really?
Yeah. It's like...
Just in the air?
Yeah, there's tons of little details. Mechanic work and paint work cannot be in the same room.
Really?
Yeah, you just can't. You can't have it. You know what I mean?
So, Armor All just being in the room will fuck up your paint?
Yeah, bro. If you like, let's
That's wild.
say you like sprayed some armor on some shit, or you wiped the car down, and you weren't supposed to, like, which is anything that was like cleaning product. You have to be careful what exactly you're using.
So you're saying if the Armor All contacted the paint physically?
Nah, like even if it's just kind of like
In the air?
yeah. I mean, at least
is
that's
that?
how
Well,
careful we were. Like,
But what is that doing to you then?
what do you mean?
you
Oh,
got
all
a-
the paint stuff. Oh, it's
You got
killing you.
Armor. It's got to be killing you.
I mean, the paint is worse than the armor. We're like breathing in like primer. We're breathing in like Bondo dust.
Oh,
We're
my
breathing in so
God.
much stuff.
Is
But
there a lot of people that have like lung problems that are painters?
oh yeah. Even if you don't like get the lung cancer, right? Let's say you live a full life as a painter.
Bro.
They've done autopsies on painters. Their lungs are like different colors.
Oh, Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah, but
Like
I
they've
mean,
been
I'd rather have it
breathing
different
paint?
colors than just nasty pink or whatever.
What if you wear one of those Fauci masks?
They help. No, like definitely wear your mask, wear your gloves. They help, but the shit is there. You know what I
You're
mean?
getting it in even through those crazy masks?
Yeah, for sure. There's no way. And then there's different masks. There's masks that will help you block the dust from like primer or like from the body filler, but those masks aren't gonna help you when it comes to paint and like vice versa. Like,
Oh, so you
have
got to
different-
swap masks when you're
Yeah.
sanding versus when you're painting.
Yeah. So I started getting pretty good as a painter. Especially when I went to work at a shop where my uncle's not like babysitting me anymore. Now I'm like learning on my own. And when I say on my own, I mean like the reason I say that one painter wasn't worth the damn was because when you first work at a shop and you're trying to be a painter, you got to be a paint prepper or like a painter's apprentice for like a few years. So it's my job to like prepare the car, I like every step of the way up until it's in the booth, taped up, ready to get painted. That's when the painter would just show up. I don't know. He's probably just been kicking it at the house all day. He'll show up, mix the paint it, spray it, clear it, and then he'd go home. So I've been prepping these cars for like days on end. I'm staying extra, Every now and then, if it was a smaller piece, like a bumper or just like a small piece of the car, they just leave it up to me. They're like, well, you go ahead and knock it out. So I started getting good. There was a guy there, man, I forget his name, super cool ass fucking guy, who was just kind of like a shop hand. Like he didn't really work on cars, but if you needed help, sometimes you need help moving a fucking hood or a door, like just random shit. He was there, and he had a Buick, like it was his grandpa's Buick, like a '99, just regular Buick. And he was like, man, I want you to paint it. So I painted like half the car because it only the front end needed it. That was like my only like big paint job. I started getting good, but that's when I really jumped more into comedy. So I just kind of quit and I did whatever I had to do to make sure comedy worked out.